Who can you buy for 94k? Surely Ed Davey is worth more than that. Behind the bungee jumping, ninja warrior, and weird pretend horse riding thing, Ed has a fair few skeletons in his wetsuit stuffed closet. Aside from a party that essentially stands for whatever might be deemed as completely neutral in the eyes of the British public, the Lib Dems are generally seen as a nice little harmless party staffed by pleasant folks who just don't want to rock the boat. But I'd say Ed's donors see it differently. Let's start with Sudhir Chowdhury, a man whose $2 billion empire includes private hospitals and hotels, but more alarmingly, a record of profiteering from arms contracts. A 2016 BBC report linked his companies to building cruise missiles for the Russian armed forces. That doesn't seem very fun, does it, Ed? Since 2024, Chowdhury has donated nearly 60k to the Lib Dems. This, while the party claims in its manifesto to stand for strong defence partnerships and an ethical foreign policy. I thought you were staunchly against Russian aggression, Ed. Seems like your pal might have been aiding in it to me. Then there's Sir Michael Rake, a boardroom juggernaut with a CV that reads like a who's who of corporate exploitation. BT, EasyJet, Barclays, and most damning of them all, KPMG. While he chaired the firm, KPMG helped 60 British millionaires shelter £156 million from the British taxpayer. It was also central to the biggest tax fraud in US history. Yet Michael has seen fit to donate £10,000 to the Liberal Democrats this year alone. And what does Ed Davey's party promise? Restoring trust in public finances and cracking down on tax avoidance. I wonder what your pal Michael would have to say about cracking down on some of his best customers, Ed. And let's not forget Francesco Mazzagatti, CEO of Viaro, the fossil fuel company that took over Shell and ExxonMobil's North Sea assets in 2024. He handed over £25,000 to the Lib Dems while they still claim to be climate leaders. You can't take fossil fuel money and claim to fight the climate crisis. That would be like, I don't know, voting through austerity measures that resulted in the deaths of around 300,000 people, but then denying that same austerity was any kind of mistake.
But there's also a case on welfare expenditure where we've got to reduce that too. And a massive increase in the number of people claiming PIP. And there's a real suggestion in those numbers, by the way the Conservatives manage the system, that there's quite a lot of fraud there.
So that would mean cuts in welfare.
So when Ed Davey talks about saving the NHS, ask him why he's funded by private healthcare tycoons. When he promises green energy, ask him why his party is bankrolled by oil bosses. And when he starts banging on like a whiskey binge Winston Churchill, ask him why he takes money linked to Russian arms deals.